What's good, everybody? It's your boy J-Rock, aka J-Rock, over here at J-Rock Fitness. So let's get right into it. First, I want to talk to you, all my fellow ectomorphs, because I am an ectomorph. And to all y'all, I feel your pain. Going on a leaning out process is scary. You've been so skinny so long. You've been so small so long. That leaning out, cutting, is scary as shit. And today I want to talk to y'all about that. I want to talk to you about how I go about my leaning out process now, how I went about it, my first one, all the mistakes that I made that first one, and I'm going to talk to you about what an ectomorph is. So let's get right into it. First, an ectomorph is somebody who can easily lose weight, but they struggle to gain strength and muscle. It's such a big struggle. Because like I said, I am an ectomorph. It was so hard for me to gain size and strength, but when I started making those progressions, it became easier. But it's still extremely hard. I have to go harder. If you're a fellow ectomorph, we have to go harder than all the fucking endomorphs and mesomorphs. We have to go harder than them in the gym. 3 times harder. Our diet has to be crazy. If we're bulking, it has to be crazy. It has to be ridiculous. Unlike them, when they can eat like 2,000 calories and still gain size and strength. No. We have to eat like 4,000, 5,000 calories to gain size and strength. But anyways, let's talk about me. I'm 6'2½". At that time, I was 205 pounds. And I was about 11-12% body fat. I wanted to get down to like 7 or 6. I wanted to get ripped out of my mind. That's what I wanted to do. So, what I did was, I drastically changed my diet. The next day, I just cut all the bad shit out. I just cut shit out. I was just fucking dieting hardcore. I increased my cardio by 30 minutes. Sometimes 40. And I kept my intensity the same in the gym, which, when it comes to my intensity, I was going to failure. Let's say that. I was going to failure all the time. Every workout, every single set. I'm going to talk about why that was a big mistake. Alright, so those are the 3 things I was doing in my first lean out process. I went from weighing 205 to weighing 180 pounds. Keep in mind, I'm 6'2½". That's skinny as shit. I went from 205 to 180. I was ripped out of my mind, but I was sucked the fuck up like this and skinny as shit. I did not want that. What happened? I drastically changed everything too quickly. Again, when you're an ectomorph, you don't need to do shit like that. You don't need to do it. Don't need to do it. And I didn't know. And you live and you learn. You live and you learn. You learn things as you go about this fitness journey. You learn stuff. You learn what to do, what not to do when it comes to your body. Your body. Because everybody is different. Everybody. There's no one thing for everybody. But anyways, you learn what to do and what not to do. Those 3 things that I just said were big mistakes for somebody like me who is an ectomorph. So, I lost a ton of weight, but I also lost a ton of fucking muscle at the same time. I was just skinny as fuck after that. And I was so mad because, you know, I worked so hard to gain the size that I gained, and I lost it just like that. Just like that. Because I'm an ectomorph. If I don't go about leaning out process at a slow pace, if I don't go about it right, I'm going to lose everything that I worked so hard for and gained. And that's exactly what I did. Exactly what I did. So let's talk about how I go about my lean out process now. Because I've done a couple bulks and cuts for over the past couple years. I did that first cut back in like 2010. Excuse me. Back in 2010, 2009. That's when I did that first leaning out process, that first cut. I've done a couple since then, and how I go about it now is, number 1, I slowly start to cut the bad shit out of my diet after a bulk. Slowly but surely start to cut the bad shit out, and I start to change my diet slowly. Not too quick, nice and slow. I let my body adjust. I let it know that, hey, it's time to get rid of all this damn fat. It's time to get ripped, and let's do it at a slow pace. 2, I do not changed my cardio at all. Right now I do 30 minutes of cardio, and that is all I do is 30 minutes of cardio. I don't do treadmill shit like that. I love to do kickboxing. I'm a big fighting kind of person. I like shit like that, so I do kickboxing. That's my cardio. And believe me, you will burn some calories and you will sweat doing some kickboxing, boy. And I'm doing that fake ass kickboxing, that shit you see on TV. No, I'm hitting the bag and I'm going hard in the paint when I'm doing my shit. But anyways, yeah. I keep my cardio the same. I only do 30 minutes of cardio. Nothing changes. I do not increase it. I do not go crazy in my intensity. It stays exactly the same. 3. The biggest thing I would say, this is one of the biggest things. It's not the biggest, because cardio I would say is the biggest. But one of the biggest differences is, excuse me again, I do not go to failure in my workouts anymore. I do not go to failure at all. I stop every set at least 1 to 2 reps before failure. By doing that, I save my central nervous system. I save the burning too much of glycogen out of my muscles. I save a lot of energy, and I keep my strength during my cuts. I'm not as strong, of course. You're not going to be as strong because you're cutting out your calories a little bit. You're cutting out your calories. You're not going to be as strong. And I'm not as strong, but I'm damn near just as strong as I was when I start my damn lean out process to where when I was bulking. I pretty much keep my same strength level is what I'm saying. I don't change that drastically when it comes to my strength. And that's what I do. That's what I do now. Those are the differences that I made in my lean out process. Again, when you're an ectomorph, please do not do the mistakes that I said I did in the beginning of this video. You have to go about it in a smarter way, a smarter fashion. Like I said, or if I didn't say it, it's a double-edged sword. It's cool to be an ectomorph because you can lose weight like that at a drop of a dime. You can get lean out of nowhere. You can lose your fat out of nowhere. It's cool. But then again, it's terrible because if you do it wrong, all the work, all the hard work you put in will be lost. It will be lost. It will be gone. But thanks for watching, y'all. I will have more videos talking about how I go about a bulking period, being an ectomorph, and stuff like that. And and I do have more workout videos coming soon. Keep watching, like and subscribe. J-Rock Fitness, baby.